Welcome to Khanversations. I'm Muqtadar Khan, your host, and this morning is going to be busy. I'm going to be live on several issues. I'll come back at 12 o'clock to talk to you guys again, and I will also be coming back a little later during the day to do an analysis of Prime Minister Modi's meeting with President Trump, but before that. Before we go any further, I want to talk to you about a particular video interview that J.D. Vance, the Vice President, did with Megyn Kelly, in which he put an end to all speculation that Israel-Pahlavi will be installed as king of Iran. This is what a lot of Israelis and pro-Israel Zionists in this country were hoping, that they will go and destroy the Iranian government, replace it with a monarchy, and especially not just any monarchy, a monarchy that is in cahoots with Israel and someone who is been sucking up to Bibi Netanyahu for decades. So this guy who's been planning and plotting this invasion of Iran to bring about so-called regime change. This man, his father, when he was king, with the West, developed a secret service called Savak, which killed thousands and thousands of Iranians when they came up and protested against him. That was his father, and it was his father who, again, while working with the CIA and the British intelligence in 1953, completely reversed Iran's democratization process and got rid of their Prime Minister Mossadegh in a coup which was orchestrated with Western intelligence. So his entire family has a long history of working with Western intelligence, whether it's the CIA or the British intelligence. Now he's working with the Mossad in order to destabilize Iran, and apparently they're going to continue doing this even if the United States does agree and sign the memorandum on Friday and then goes on to make a peace deal with Iran. Even then, Israel and Mr. Pahlavi and his followers will continue to try and destabilize their own country. There are only two places on earth where I have seen the diaspora of a country, rather than working to advance the economic benefit and stability of their home countries, are determined to literally wage war. I mean, the amount of devastation that Israel and the United States have had on Iran in the last 2 years, 2 wars on Iran, and these people are cheering it up. I just can't believe it as to, and you know what? Let's say that they were successful in replacing the Iranian regime, Iranian government with this monarchy, installing a king of all things in the 21st century to reverse whatever Iran has. So it would have been hilarious. A very small minority of the people who are actually living here in the diaspora, who are cheering the Zionist plot to replace the Iranian government with this servant of Netanyahu, Israel-Pahlavi. None of them would have gone back to Iran, leaving their cushy, well-paid jobs in the United States. So I really don't understand these people, but I'm happy to report, and this is not going to be a very long conversation. I just want to share something that J.D. Vance said, who probably, if the Republicans win, it's quite possible Donald Trump might do so much damage to the Republican Party that they may have no chances of getting elected either in November or in 2028. But if J.D. Vance becomes the president of the United States, then it's very clear that this is not happening. So take a look at what is happening, and I will get back and share with you this. Sometimes when I get these phone calls during the show, they tend to disturb. So let me share something with you which is very interesting, and that is what J.D. Vance had to say. So he said this on Megyn Kelly's show.
95 million people where, again, the President of the United States never said that his goal was to install Reza-Pahlavi to become the new leader of Iran.
So he's saying that Iran is a country of 95 million people, they can choose their leader, and the President of the United States never said, and it's very clear about this from the very beginning.
Install Reza-Pahlavi to become, never said that his goal was to install Reza-Pahlavi to become the new leader of Iran. What he said is, if the Iranian people want to rise up, great. That's their business. That's between them and their government. What we want is a cessation of their nuclear program, either through diplomatic means or through military means, as he ultimately went down that pathway.
So this is it. The United States never intended to install Reza-Pahlavi as the king of monarch. They were talking about regime change, etc. But it was the Israelis who were promoting this, Israeli voices. These people have no voice in the United States. They only speak through the Zionist entities or through AIPAC or through Netanyahu himself or Israeli media. That's why they keep going to Israel all the time. In fact, Reza-Pahlavi even goes and worships on the Great War in Iran. So, but anyway, you can see the close relationship that he enjoys with Netanyahu. These are family relationships, etc. But going forward, I think we should just conclude that this chapter has ended. There is going to be no more monarchic people trying to establish monarchy. So I want to quickly end by sharing two other announcements that I will be coming back again here at 12 o'clock to talk about a very specific thing about whether Pakistan has blown its opportunity to be a mediator. There is a lot of chatter in the news that the Qataris were more important than Pakistanis for closing the deal. So I will come back and talk to you about what's going on, where the Pakistanis are out and the Qataris are now going to be taking lead, and what Donald Trump said about it, and what is being said in the media about it. So I'm going to do a little bit of an analysis on whether Pakistan have blown their best chance of becoming very significant on the international peacemaking, shall we say, league. And that's it. And then I will come back a couple of hours later after I've had an opportunity to fully study the video with Donald Trump and Narendra Modi and talk about India, the relationship and what transpired in that meeting. So anyway, thank you very much for watching Khanversations. This is the only point I wanted to make, was that this desire to establish a pro-Israeli monarchy in Iran, so that Iranian people can become slaves of Israel and its genocidal, expansionist Middle Eastern policies, and so that Iran will then serve Israel as it expands its influence and occupies more and more land. For example, Reza-Pahlavi was promising that the first thing he would do when he would become king would be to recognize Israel. And recognize what else? What would he say about Gaza? What would he say about West Bank? What would he say about Golan Heights? We don't know. He would recognize all of that, I guess, because he would have been installed king because of Israel. So all of those people who were trying so hard to establish this pro-Israel monarchy in Iran for now have failed, but that doesn't mean they're not going to try. They're going to keep trying, and they are probably going to be the biggest threat to Donald Trump's efforts to make peace. So the biggest problem that Donald Trump now is going to have is not from the Iranians, but from these Reza-Pahlavi and his Zionist supporters and his pro-Israeli handlers, who will be trying their best to make sure that the peace process with Iran doesn't work, and then Israel gets the opportunity to wage an endless war against Iran, to destroy its civilization, to destroy its infrastructure, to destroy the bridges, the schools, kill children, and basically bring the Gaza model to Iran, and make Iran look like what Gaza became after nearly 2 years of warfare by Israel on Gaza. At least for now, it appears that neither Donald Trump nor J.D. Vance are interested in this plot by Israel and Reza-Pahlavi to wage an endless war against Iran. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, press the bell icon, and don't forget to share it with your socio-political network. Until next time, I'm your host Muqtada Khan. Take care. Bye.